All right, you're listening to 91.5 WUML Lowell Blues Deluxe, and it's my honor and pleasure to have Regina Bonelli with me today. Hello, Regina.
Hey, John, how are you?
Good. It's been a while since the last time we spoke,
Yes, it has been. Yep.
and you've been busy. I mean, lots going on. I mean, you always keep busy.
Yeah, this is what we do. This is what I do. I have my kids are, grown now, so nothing preventing. I mean, even when they were little, I was always playing and playing out and touring around. So now there's nothing tying me down. I can just do it whatever I want, whenever I want.
That must feel nice, huh? To think about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I miss them though.
So let's go back a little bit.
Sure.
Talk about growing up. You grew up what in New York, around New York City, right?
Yeah, Brooklyn,
Bronx,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yep, Brooklyn, New York. Peace.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. All my born and raised, and that's my heart. That's my heart and soul.
So you grew up in Brooklyn. What kind of music were you listening to as a kid growing up?
Well, let's see. Yeah, I had a very eclectic collection of music going on in my home because I have two sisters that are 10 and 12 years older than me. So we had, as a little girl, I had all the Motown stuff in the house, the 45s. I still have their 45s upstairs in a stack, and also my father was a musician, and we had a ton of his music. So uh, like very early, that's what I was listening to. I was listening to the top 40 back then, which was, you know, awesome music. The Beatles, the Stones, Marvin Gaye, stuff like that. Aretha, of course. And my father was into Lead Belly and the folk stuff, so we listened to that too in the house. And then when I got a little bit older and I got into my own, thing, funk rock. Um, I loved the Allman Brothers, and that the band. That was like when I was really young. I was into that, and then also at that time, um, you had the blues players, the real older blues players, still coming around, and actually, they would be at concerts with those bands. So
Yep.
you might see, you might go to see, I don't know, who's the guy that did I'm a Joker, I'm a Smoker?
Oh yeah, Steve
Yeah,
Miller.
Steve Miller. And then, on the bill would be Albert King or, something like that.
Steve
So,
Miller was a blues guy to start with.
yes,
Surprisingly enough.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The harp player, right, in his band, he had a great harp player in there. So, yeah. So, I mean, that's what I was listening to when I was very young. And
Well, let me go back a little bit. You talk about cover songs and things that you were listening to. Didn't you do a version of Painted Black on one of your records?
I did,
See
I did.
that? I
Yes.
remember.
Good thinking there. Yes, I did. I don't know why. I just, I mean, I love the Stones. I think they just great songwriters, and that's like what I like to think about myself as a songwriter first and foremost. And I don't know. We were just about finished with the record, and like we need another song. And then I don't know. I think I heard it on the radio, and I was like, wow, that'd be a cool song for a female to cover. I like doing that too. Um, I've been doing what else do I cover now? Like the letter, from with
Well, you
originally the box tops, right? And then
yep.
Joe Cocker, and then so yeah,
You mentioned the Allman Brothers. It's not my cross to bear. Is another one you've done. See, I know.
yep, yep. Oh, I love them. Growing up, that was the thing, the Allman Brothers, and like I said, the band, all that stuff.
So, when did you end up deciding you wanted to be a professional musician? When was that?
Wow, that was way back. I played piano since I was a little kid, like 5, 6 years old, and taking lessons. So I would go to recitals. The piano teachers would always have the recitals. And then when I was around 14 or 15, I started playing guitar. I play guitar as well. So started playing guitar, and then that's when I started writing songs. And there were like places around. I played in the Village way back when. I think I was my first professional gig. I was about 17, and they didn't card anything back then. And I have a nice story. I was playing in the bitter end, and at that time there were two areas. There's the main area, the big acts would come in, and then there was the next door. And I was up there with my guitar, singing some. Like I said, I must have been about 16, 17. So I'm playing up there. I'm young. It was like my first gig. I think I had played at a coffee house before that, so it was really like my first or second gig. And there's people at the bar, and I'm doing my thing. I have a few original songs still, and I was doing some Joni Mitchell, all that stuff. And the bar crowd was kind of talkative, so I think I must have seemed a little flustered. And this woman comes up to me and she goes, "Don't worry, I'm listening to you. Just keep doing what you're doing." And I didn't even realize it, but it was Odetta. And so when they told me afterwards, they were like, "That's Odetta. That was Odetta. What did she say?" I said, "She said she was listening to me, and I should just keep doing what I'm doing." And so that kind of, made me feel like, hey, maybe I am going in the right direction here. So yeah, and that
That's
was
a
what.
great little story.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Surprise. You,
I
you,
knew the name, but I had never met her or seen her. I didn't know. So yeah,
were you
it was,
surprised when she said,
yeah,
when you found out who she was?
yes, totally, totally. And I was, pleased.
So, full time musician started roughly when? What year? Do you remember?
Oh man. Well, I went to college. I went to NYU, but all during I've always been playing music, playing out. So I was doing gigs when I was in high school. I was doing gigs when I was in college. I had started my own band during that time. So all through my 20s and stuff like that. Then I had my kids, and so I started doing some cover gigs, to make money like that, and I taught music also, and then I started making good money from music, so I just left the teaching, and that was I don't know what years you mean, like
Roughly when?
I guess like the 2000s, yeah.
Yep.
I was like, hey, I can make money doing this, and I like doing this. I mean, I like teaching too, but it's not as I love the kids and all that stuff, but it's not like the passion like the music is. So
So you still play keyboards, you play guitar.
yeah, a
When you
little trumpet. I was in the All City Band when I was in high school.
Wow.
Play trumpet. I don't know if I could play it anymore, but you know,
But you still play keyboards when you're playing live, I take it.
yeah, yeah. I got to break out the guitar too. I mostly played acoustic guitar, but I could play electric guitar too. Not leads, but I figured, maybe I'll bring that into the act, and why not, right?
Why not?
Yeah, I used to. I did it when I was young, so
So let's talk about the records that you put out.
okay.
First one came out when, roughly?
Oh man, that was like 2016, I think. That was "Open Up the Door," which I recorded with Michael Hill. Michael Hill and the Blues Mob.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that,
Yeah,
Michael.
yeah, yeah.
How you ended up working with him?
How did I end up working with him? I was teaching at the time, and a friend of mine was like, "Oh man, he gave me rest in peace, Larry," and he gave me a tape. Okay, this is when how back cassette tape of all this great music, John, like the Dark End of the Street, all that stuff, and he said, "You should sing this. You should get into this kind of thing." And so I started listening to those songs, and I was like, "Wow, this stuff is great." And he's, oh, I know. I had my keyboard player in the band was in the Blues Mob. Michael Hill's Blues Mom. And so he was in my band as well. I had a funk band, like a funk rock band, and original also. Which, by the way, I never say this, but my kids are like, you should say this, mommy, because Beth Hart was on there. I was on Star Search, and I went 3 times. I won, and it was with my band doing original music.
Wow.
So yeah. So anyway, it was around after that, and EJ Sharp, he was my keyboard player, he's a great keyboard player, and he told me, you should get in touch with this guy Michael Hill, and that's how that happened. And then we just started playing together, and he's like, you should do a record, and so he produced the record, and he was playing on the record as well.
I love all of his stuff.
Oh, me too.
He's so good.
He is, and he's really like a beautiful person too. He's a great dude, man. He's really nice.
So he produced the first record, your first record.
Yeah. And then I did Love Letter, and the third one was Truth Hurts, which I did with True Groove, the True Groove label. And I'm constantly writing. So, matter of fact, my kids. I've always had an Android. Okay, so I'm like, it was an Android person. Everybody's like, you got to get an iPhone. What's wrong with you? So for Christmas, and I was hesitant. I don't know if you have what you have.
Android.
Right. Okay. So I always thought, oh, it's iPhone. I'm afraid. Which I do have one now. It's the same crap. It's like the same thing. But anyway, so when they gave me the iPhone for Christmas, my kids, and I've been recording little snippets on my phone because that's what I do. If I get like an idea for a song, and I'm not near the keyboard, or even if I am, I'll try and have to remember it, so I'll do it on my phone. Right? That's I have very minimal ways of doing things. And the thing with the iPhone now is I can't figure out where I recorded, where I put all my stuff. So it's in my phone somewhere, and I gotta get one of my kids over here to just tell me where.
Show you where to get them all.
Yeah, man, I have all these I think they're cool ideas for songs, and they're there somewhere, somewhere in the ether. Right?
So the last record was Truth Hurts.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
That It's Not My Cross to Bear is on that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And there's 2 or 3 other songs on there as well?
You mean Allman Brothers songs?
No. Total. How many songs on that last album?
Oh, there's like 7 songs on there or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's Truth Hurts. These are all originals. Truth Hurts, The Last Tear, Mama Raised a Sweet Thing, and of course, It's Not My Cross to Bear, who I have the guitar player from Parliament Funkadelic, Michael Hampton, is playing the lead on there.
Wow.
So that was cool. That was really a great experience to even be in the same room as him. He's a 2-time Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member. So, and he just sat down. He was like, he's so humble. He's like, I'm not really a blues player. And he just whipped out like a solo, just like that. It's fucking great.
Yeah, Parliament Funkadelic. What a great band they were.
Great band. They're still playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
George Clinton's still around. I can't believe it.
He is, man. He is. I think I see advertised he's doing like his final show or tour up around here. So, yeah.
Have you ever heard that first album, Maggot Brain, with Eddie Hazel on guitar?
That's, to me, he is one of the best guitar players ever.
Oh, yeah.
Really. And I mean, I just listened to that 2 days ago, John. So funny that you said that. I said, I haven't heard that in a while. And the beginning, when he comes in with the guitar, and all I thought to myself was, if that doesn't I started to tear up a little bit. It's very emotional, right? Well, music gets me anyway, but and I thought to myself, if that doesn't get you, then nothing will. I mean, that is just, that's some deep, beautiful playing right there.
Yeah, and that cover of that record's pretty interesting too.
It is, right? All their artwork. Yep.
Maggot Brain. I couldn't believe it when I first heard that. I went, wow, this is
Wow.
something else.
Yes, man. I agree. I agree.
And that morphed into Funkadelic. It was Parliament first, and then
Right.
Funkadelic, and then Parliament. Sorry.
Yeah. 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 And back before, I mean, he did. I don't know if you remember the song "I Just Want to Testify." That was
Yep.
like, in the '60s, right? So,
Yeah.
that's like the thing. If you're a musician, this is what you do. It's just like sometimes I see people that I know from a long time ago, and they're like, "Yeah, oh man, you're still doing it," and I'm like, "Yeah, because this is who I am."
Some of those album names on those albums are interesting. Eat the Rich and Cosmic Slop. I mean, there's a lot of great
Yeah.
titles.
Yep. Yep. And "Eat the Rich." Well, that would be fitting for
For
these times.
today, yeah, for today it would be.
That's the thing. It's when you see stuff like that, you're like, things haven't really progressed that much. I think when I was young, I thought, you have all this idea that things are gonna just get better and be cool and all that. Especially back then, it was like a very idealistic thing. So such is life.
So who's in your band today? Who do you have playing with you today?
Today, I am going up to this run up here with on drums, Jason Reddish. He's from New Jersey. He's a jazz. He's got some nice jazz album out now. And I have Moby Medina on bass. He's from the Bronx. I have, let me see, I got bass drums. Oh, and when I go up to New England, I use Tom Douglas, and he's from Portland, Maine. So he's a great player. I've been playing with him every time I head up around. Usually, I enlist him to come play with me. So he'll be on these gigs with me up there.
I got a left field question for you. You just talked about jazz and the musician you have that's kind of a jazz guy. You ever thought about singing jazz?
I have sung jazz.
Have you?
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you?
I've done like that, like I said, when I first started just totally doing music. Yeah, I've sung all sorts of stuff, and I used to work with little combos and stuff like that. And yeah, I got a little jazz repertoire. Yeah.
That's
But
good.
everybody,
I
but
mean,
every time I sang jazz, people would say, "You got a very bluesy voice," So because I just try to make it my. That's the thing. I never really wanted to. When you do those cover gigs, some people try and sound like the record.
yep.
And I was blessed to play in a band with a gentleman from England, Maury Berman, and he's like a musician's musician. And at the time he was a little bit older than me, and so he kind of took me under his wing. We're still friends, and he would allow the musicians in the band to just take it somewhere else. So we would do a cover tune, right, a jazz tune or a rock tune or whatever, and you can put your own stamp on it, which it allows. So you're maybe not writing, or you're not playing your original music, which is I love. That's my preference, but you can interpret the stuff you're doing.
Well, the reason I asked you is you have such a diverse um, music background of things that you've heard all through your life that I just wanted to ask you about that jazz as well to see
Uh-huh.
if you ever did do it. And you said, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I love it. I mean, oh my God, I just heard. I don't know if you're familiar with her. Young girl. My daughter, by the way, and my son are great musicians. So I just want to mention they'll be. Not my son. My son will be. He's also he's a physicist as well. So he's going. He's got a research project that he's leaving for Ghana, Africa tomorrow. But my daughter Janae will be up with me on these gigs up in New England. So they've been singing in the band with me, which is such a joy. So yeah,
How long have they been doing that with you?
about the past year or so, past year and I always wanted to do it, and I think when they were a little younger, they don't listen to the same music as me. I mean, I listen to everything, and I listen to their music too, but they're great musicians and just naturals, you know. So Janae writes music and plays bass and sings, and James plays the drums. So I told him one day, I said, we're going to get you in there as playing the music too, you know. But hey, you know, the kids, they do their own thing. But it's as a mom, it's like a beautiful thing to be on stage with my
And
kids.
how do they like it?
They
They
love it.
they
Yeah,
love it.
yeah,
They
yeah.
love to see their mom up there.
Yeah, we just went. We did the Allentown Blues Festival in Pennsylvania, and the two of them were there. You know, it was so nice. It was so nice.
And
I
it's
love the
good. It's nice for you too. Now your kids are part of it, and they weren't before, right?
right, 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 right. That's right. So when they can, you know, if they're like I said, this one's going and doing some great stuff over research. It's like research over there in Africa. So, uh, but yeah, it's
So,
beautiful.
so the first gig you got close to us is up in Gloucester, Massachusetts.
Yep.
That's going to be August 8th in 2 weeks.
No, August 9th.
August 9th.
Yeah, August 9th, Gloucester Blues Festival in Gloucester, Massachusetts. I played it before, so I'm returning. It's Paul Benjamin puts on these great festivals, and this is one of his. And he's had me. I want to shout him out because he's been keeping me employed. So and
That's
he and
good.
yeah, yeah, and he does a lot for the music. He really does all over. He's a great person. He and his wife, Jean. So yeah, we're doing that. That's beautiful. It's on the water. It's very very lovely. And then on the 10th, we're heading up to Kingfield, Maine, which I've done that before too. And
Blues
that,
in the barn, right?
yeah, yeah, it's so beautiful in there. It's like a little inland, you know. So where are you? Where are you in
In Massachusetts, in Lowell, Massachusetts.
Oh, Lowell, Massachusetts. Okay. My sister lives in it's not Salem, right near Salem. Beverly.
Beverly, Mass. Yep.
Yeah, for many years in Beverly. And my nephew lives in I think Wayland or something like that. So
Yep.
or Framingham, something. So they're
Yep.
all
Yep.
oh Lowell. Oh, I know some old musicians I used to play with when I was younger from Lowell. And what's a town right near Lowell? Another town right there.
There's a bunch of them. Drake it, Chelmsford, Mass,
Um,
Lowell.
Lowell. Oh, something with an M. I don't know.
Oh, trying to think of M.
Yeah, come on. I you know it. It's a big town. But anyway,
Well,
yeah,
there's
Lowell.
Merrimack, Mass. There's not.
Right. Maybe
There's,
that's it. Maybe that's it. But Lowell, I remember Lowell. Oh my God, my first drummer, one of my first drummers, Joe. Oh wow, Joe Green. He's from Lowell, I believe. Yeah.
so you know the area a little
Yeah,
bit.
a little bit. Yeah.
So any other gigs coming?
Then we're heading back home, and I have a place that I play at pretty regularly called Montclair Brewery in Montclair, New Jersey, which I love playing there. It's a husband and wife owned brewery. It's very cool vibes. And then in October, I'm going down to Florida again for a little run down there. I'm doing uh, Camping with the Blues Festival on, I think that's the Saturday, October 19th. I'm playing the Center Bar on October 18th. And there's one more. There's the third gig. Check my website. But yeah, I'll be heading down to Florida doing that in October.
It's a nice time to go down there.
Sure is. Yeah, although the last time we were supposed to play, that's when they had the very big hurricane, and the festival is outdoors. It's near Tampa, but it's in it's beautiful in their farms. You know, you don't think of Florida like that. You always think of beach, right? So, but all the stuff got destroyed during that terrible hurricane. I forgot which one it was. So, you know, hopefully everything will be okay.
So where do you see your career in the next 2 or 3 years?
Well, like I said, I want to record another maybe like an EP or something like that. Definitely a single. Start with do some singles. I have a lot of stuff in mind, and I just I like playing these it's hard these days with these in New York area. The clubs are there's not a lot of clubs anymore, and if they are, it's
It's not like it used to be, I can tell you
like
that.
me, and I don't know whether it's just I don't know what it is. I don't know whether people don't. Some people come out. I mean, there are people that come out, but things are tight. Just things are so tight. So the I rather pick and choose some primo gigs and do it like that, than be torn all over playing these little gigs here and there. I mean, I do it like Florida's has got a couple like that, but I'd rather just do a nice festival.
Yeah, nice big festival, and there you go.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Have you been overseas at all?
I have not. I'm so if anybody wants to get me over, I have somebody that is talking to me a little bit about Germany and stuff like that. But I'd love to get over there. So
You'd be
uh,
great over there, I bet.
that's what I hear. That's what I hear. So that is something I'd like to do within the next 2 or 3 years. Yeah, for sure.
It's good.
And maybe record something, with my kids on the record. That would be nice too.
So, how do people find out about you, Regina?
Okay, so they're going to look at my website, which I'm going to update. So it's reginabonelli.com. And I'm also on Facebook quite a bit. I have my regular page. Go there. It's Regina Bonelli. And then they have an artist page as well. But I'm really mostly on the friends page. So, you could friend request me. I think I'm like at the limit, but I try and work that, so that I could accept people. And then or ask other people to be my friend. And I'm on Instagram, a Regina Blues Soul, or one word. You could see me there, and just check me out like that. Listen to me on the radio. I'm still getting radio play from those records, so thank you to you DJs.
Yep,
No, thank you, who's ever keeps playing it. I see it every week. It's playing around all over the world. So
that's good.
yeah, I'm proud. I'm very proud of that. Very proud of that.
And let's talk about you've had a award or two come your way.
Oh, I have. I'm in the New York Blues Hall of Fame.
Yep, that's one I was talking about.
Yeah, and I don't know what else, John. What do you got there on this?
Well, all the festivals you played, the
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And the Star Search thing that was pretty cool.
bastards too. I forgot about that.
We won a lot of money. I won a lot of money, and like I said, we didn't even want to be on there because back I was doing my original band, and it was like now we don't want to do that. But they had seen us. We were playing at the Bottom Line in New York City, and their talent scouts approached us, and we were like, nah, we do this original music. They were like, no, 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 we have a band category because at that time they had a band category, and they were like, you will fly you to LA, and you're going to stay in the Beverly Hills Hotel, and you're all going to get scale TV. You're going to join AFTRA, and blah blah blah. And we were like, okay, you know. So that's what we did. We went out there twice out there, and then they moved it into Florida, and so that was kind of cool. That
That's
was,
good.
met Ed McMahon and that all that.
You know where Ed McMahon originally was from? Right
Where?
here in Lowell, Massachusetts.
No way. There you go. Look at that full circle.
See that?
Yeah, man. It was nice. He used to show. We'd rehearse all day, do the hair, the makeup, with the guys too, the whole thing. And seriously, like 2 minutes before showtime, he'd walk in. Hey guys, how you all doing? And he'd go walk out to his little spot and go. And tonight, you ladies, that was it. That was his gig.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great. Well,
Yeah.
Regina, I just want to say thank you for taking some time out of your busy day.
Oh, thank you.
And
Thank.
people go out and support your local blues. Get out to the Gloucester Blues Fest and check out Regina when she comes to town on the 9th of August.
There you go. Thank
There
you
you
so
go.
much. John.
Thank you, and have a great day.
You too. You too. Peace.
Peace.